Allison's Culinary Delights. Cooking for me is amazing. It's one of my favorite things to do. But in today's day and age, it's really hard to find good ingredients at a very inexpensive price, especially with everything going on in the world right now. Inflation is up, food prices is up, gas prices are up, everything's so expensive. So I thought, why not make a video where I get some delicious, amazing ingredients and bring them to your kitchen, and we cook a delicious meal and try to do it under 10 bucks. Now I figured that was going to be a really hard task because things are so expensive right now, but I went to the grocery store and I did a little math while I was there, and I got some amazing, delicious ingredients to make a dinner for a full big family at a very cheap price. So I set a goal for under $10, and at the grocery store I spent $2.22 with tax. But if I subtract some of the extra ingredients that we're going to have, my total price comes out to $8.43. So $8.43 to make a dinner for like a family of 5 or more. You can add more if you want. But so let me show you what I got at the store, and then we will make a delicious recipe. So we are going to make some carbonara. So carbonara is really easy, and I'm actually going to time myself while I do this as well because it's going to be interesting to see how long it takes me to do. But so here I've just got some shredded cheese, and we're not even going to use all of this. We're just going to use about half of this. And it's just Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago cheese. You can just get plain Parmesan too, that's fine. Obviously our spaghetti pasta. We're using bacon for this instead of like a pancetta just because it's cheaper. So I've got some bacon, it was on sale. We're going to use all of that. And then most important for carbonara along with the spaghetti is you've got to have eggs to make that sauce for the carbonara. So I've got a full thing of eggs, and we're not even going to use all of these. We're just going to use 2 eggs. So you'll have the rest of the eggs for other recipes or other things that you're going to make. And then these last couple ingredients are optional. They're not like necessary, but I like to put them in there just to make it a little fancier and it tastes a lot better. So I've got a shallot here. Let's take it out of this little bag. Shallot and a clove of garlic. Now we're not, a bulb of garlic. We're not even going to use all the garlic. We're just going to use 2 little cloves. So that's another thing that I can reduce my price. Got all of these ingredients, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients. And if it costs $12 out of pocket, but if I reduce the price to just the ingredients I'm going to use, which I'm not using all of this, I'm not using all of this, and I'm not using all of this, it would be $8.43. Pretty cheap, right? And it's going to be a pretty quick recipe to make. So stay tuned and we'll get that all set up together. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do so now because I have some amazing recipes like this one that we're going to make today on my channel. So head on over, subscribe, like this video, click that alert bell. Let's get to our carbonara. Here I have some boiling water, and you want to make sure that it gets to a boil. But before I do that, like I said, I was going to time myself just to see how long it takes to cook this meal because it's super easy, and so I just wanted to see how long it is. So I've got my timer here on my iPad, and I'm just going to hit start. Alright, so we're going to just set this aside for now. So we're going to do our pasta first because we need that to get cooking. So I've got this water, it's boiling. I'm going to season it with salt. Don't forget this step because the pasta will be really bland if you don't. And then I'm going to just pop in my noodles. You're going to use about a pound of spaghetti noodles. Alright, so here I have the rest of my ingredients for our recipe. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit, and I'm going to start with cooking our bacon. Now I just got our bacon and I cut it into thin little strips. So I'm just going to stick all of that in there. I am fudging on the time just a little bit because I had the water boiling already before we started, and I had all my ingredients chopped up and ready to go. I suggest you do this anytime you're cooking, just because it's an amazing tool to do so that you have everything at the ready, so you could go really fast and make that dinner or breakfast or lunch or whatever you're making really quickly. So if you don't know anything about Mise en Place, you can go to my video here, and I have a Mise en Place video where I teach you how to organize your food and then to cook a delicious meal. So we're just going to cook these strips of bacon until they're brown. You're going to want to kind of separate them as much as you can. While that bacon's cooking, I can mix my egg mixture. So we have 2 eggs, like I said before, 2 full eggs, and then I've also got some salt and some pepper in this mixture, and we're just going to scramble them. You can just use a fork, because we're going to use this when the time comes. There's other variations that you can do with carbonara. Like if I wanted to make a Cajun carbonara, I could put some Cajun seasoning in this egg mixture. Or if you want it to be super creamy, you can put some heavy whipping cream in this mixture. Because I only had $10, I wasn't able to buy some heavy whipping cream. But I always have some in my fridge, so that's always something that you can add to your carbonara. But it's not something that's necessary. The good thing about having my timer on is I can see how long it's been since we've had our spaghetti noodles boiling, because we don't want to overcook those. So usually when you're doing spaghetti, it's like 8 to 12 minutes. And so you're going to want to test it at like the 8-minute mark just to see. Scoop the bacon out. And put it on a paper towel. Just set this aside because we're going to use this in a minute. Now if you can, you're going to want to try to save that bacon grease just because it's good to cook with on any other day. So we're just going to toast up our onions and our garlic. Alright, so this is done too. So we're going to drain our pasta now, and then we're going to put it all together. Alright, so let's put our dish together. So I drained our pasta and we're putting it back in the same pot that we had it in. We're not putting it back on the fire just because we don't want our eggs to cook. Next, I'm going to pour in our onion, our shallot, and garlic mixture. We're going to stir that up, give it a toss, however you want to do it. Now, we've got our eggs, and we've got them scrambled, and they're in here with our seasoning. Give them a nice little stir. And we're going to dump this into our noodles. We want to be stirring while we dump it in so that the eggs can cook, so the eggs don't cook, sorry. You can toss it too if you'd like. It's gonna make like a nice creamy sauce. While we've got our egg mixture in, we're gonna put in our cheese. Do the same thing, just stir that all together. Last but not least is our bacon. When I'm putting the bacon in there, I just like to crumble it a little bit extra. And I like to save a little bacon to put on top too. Alright, there we have it. So I'm going to plate this up and we're going to give it a taste. Alright, there you have it. So it's all ready. I'm showing 23 minutes. Now that would have been a lot faster if I wasn't doing instructions too, because I usually just do it really quick. But 23 minutes, like 20 minutes for a dinner is like really good for a $10 dinner. So let's plate this up and we will give it a try. So our food is done and it is looking delicious. It's smelling good. We've got our lovely carbonara right there. I added a little bit of parsley from my garden, so free. So all in total, this whole thing is $8.43, and I've got tons of leftovers for everybody in my family that wants to eat, and for days if I want, because there's so much. But I also had a special treat that I made on the side just before I started doing this video, and that is these lovely delicious bruschettas. Now this recipe is going to be on a reel on my channel, so head over to my channel or my Instagram and you can follow me there, and you'll see the reel on how I made this delicious bruschetta. And this is an additional like $10 onto your cost. So if you wanted to make both of these, then it would be like $18 for both. But just $8.43 for this is not bad at all. And if you didn't want to go all out and make a $10 bruschetta, then at the store they have like $1.50 like loaves of bread that have like garlic butter on them. So you can use one of those too. But we are going to give this a try now. So let's try it out. The key to having a good carbonara is you don't want it to be dry. This one's looking nice and creamy. And like I said, if it is a little dry, then just use some of that pasta water and add that to your dish. That's some good carbonara. Now, if you never had it, you gotta try it. Put the fresh herbs on it. It's so good. Do the garlic and the shallots, also so good. And eat up. Alright everyone, thanks for joining me on Glisten's Culinary Delights today. We made an amazing recipe, $8.43 for some amazing carbonara. Join me next time. Follow me, like and subscribe. Head over to my Instagram too. You can follow me there. I have weekly reels that go out on Wednesdays or my weekly videos on Sundays. So, love you guys. Have a great day. Go down below. You see my recipes on how to do it, and I'm also going to put the bruschetta down there. So, if you're looking for my recipes, go look down below. Bye.